Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by Houston Housewives of Finance. For more information on increasing your cash flow, becoming your own money manager, and to schedule your complimentary personal finance strategy, contact the Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463. Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789. Elite Dental Wellness. At Elite Dental Wellness, Dr. Ashandra Batiste understands that one of the biggest obstacles is dental fear. The vision at Elite Dental Wellness is to ensure every patient is treated with respect, ultimate care, patience, and love. Call us today to make an appointment at area code 713-789-8680.
Hey, yo, what's good, my peeps? Welcome to Startup Masters. It's your girl, KG. Kalia Guillory here, your host for the dopest content that will be dropped on any network, any platform, any podcast that you can think about. So listen, check it. If you are a startup master, meaning that you have started a business or you're even considering starting a business, yo, this is where you want to be. So make sure you reach up. If this is your first time landing on this show, subscribe, like mash that button so serious because your girl is telling you no lies. Like, we got people here who are on that journey. They're in the middle of that journey. They're transitioning. They are dropping the best knowledge, the dopest content. So you don't have to skin up that knee to the white meat. Like, nobody want to get to the white meat, right? I know I don't. But that's what's going on. So, again, your girl KG, you can follow me at KOG Speaks. That's on Facebook as well as Instagram. But, yo, G.
What up?
What it do?
What's good? What's good, good people? For those out there watching right now, welcome back to an episode of Startup Masters. And as KG's already said, we're here so that you don't skin up to the white meat. We're here to drop these gems, these entrepreneurial nuggets here and there so you can pick those up and take your business to the next level. I am your co-host, Gary Lee, also known as G Hawkins. Of course, you can find me on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, at G Hawkins. That's G Hawkins with a Z. And if you have any questions for us here on the network, make sure to shoot us an email, startupmasters@thesphere.tv, or hit us up on social media at @thesphere.tv, #StartupMasters. KG,
What's up,
got
G?
a question for you,
What
KG.
up? What up?
What's up with that iPhone screen? Holy moly.
This is what happens when you a mogul in training, baby. Whenever you so busy. And
Man,
you
that's
like,
a lot of business.
Can you see that?
That's a lot of business, KG.
That Spider-Man.
I just had to ask.
Spider-Man came through and was like, zzz.
Hit you with the webs. Hit you with the
Like
webs.
that. Hit me with the webs.
Something happens, man.
Something happened. You know, I was on my way to do a talk.
Talk about it.
Had too many things in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the result of it.
Man, that's business,
Made
though.
time to go to get it replaced, and I was told you got to get it fixed. Sprint, you're doing me bad.
Well, oh well.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. So until then,
Hey, mogul and training.
hey, I'm gonna make it do what it
I like that. That's branding right there. Mogul and training.
Hey,
they got too much business to worry about this business.
MIT, baby.
Hey,
What's up?
Yeah, yes, indeed.
Speaking of mogul and training.
Speaking of it, let's talk about it.
I am always excited to be on set for Startup Masters. But today is a little bit sweet. It's a bit extra sweet because my bro is sitting in between the two of us.
Drop it.
This dude is a startup master himself, G.
Okay.
He's a master in corporate America. I mean, he's influencing folks from the sweet down to the line, like everybody in between.
I got that.
Business to business, he is the magician on brokering
Hold
deals.
on, Houdini. Hold up. Yes. Talk
Did
about
y'all
it.
see that? So much so the way he was like, you know what? I'm passionate about this. I need to influence the leader within other people outside of the corporate wall. So he was like, you know what? I know I'm good at leading. I'm good at selling. I'm good at caring for people. So why not write a book? Lead Sell Care. Because you know why, G? It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. And the boy come with knowledge too. He's credible. Degrees, master degrees, even got some executive fancy certificate for Notre Dame Business School. I'm like, what? It's out my hand.
It's under wraps.
It's under wraps. It's under wraps. So I am more than just fortunate and grateful to introduce my homeboy, Jason Montanez, CEO of the Catapult Leadership Group.
There it is.
Jay,
what up, man? Welcome to the table, good man.
Thank you very much for having me,
Yeah,
KG.
bro.
And my man Gary, I do appreciate you having me.
No doubt.
Like KG said, I am the CEO and founder and the principal of the Catapult Leadership Group.
Come on, principal.
Launching the leader within you.
I like that. I like that. So let's talk about it, man. Let's this is what we do here on this show. So you know what I'm saying? You're in the driver's seat right now, man. You got it, not just us two in the car, but you got thousands, if not millions of people all around the world sitting right here with you, rolling with you, and they're ready to take this journey. So we're going to take them on this trip. We're going to talk about the past. We're going to talk about where you're at today. And we're going to talk about the future, your 5, 10, 20-year plan that you got for the business. So let's rewind the tape. Let's take it back to the past. Where was Jason at? What was happening when he said, you know what? I need to teach people how to lead. I need to teach people how to sell. I need to teach people how to care. What was going on? What was going through your mind, man?
Well, Gary, I can tell you that when I first came up with this concept to launch my own business, the Catapult Leadership Group, I was at a bad point in my life. So many people, you're going to get to a point in your life where you have a choice to make, a fork in the road, I should say.
It's real.
Where you could either go in one direction or you can go in another direction. You can choose to complain or you can choose to leverage what has happened to you and help other people. So basically, that's the reason why I started the Catapult Leadership Group. I had a bad experience from a frontline leader. He wasn't a bad person, but he was a poor leader. And I said, you know what? This could be an opportunity for me to help others, so another person like me in a frontline position wouldn't have to go through what I just went through. So what I did is I took all my energy, and I saw people complaining around me sometimes, but I said, let's channel that energy in the right direction. And that caused me to write my first book, which has been hugely successful on Amazon and in the workplace. And it's called Lead Sell Care, as easy as 1, 2, 3.
See, and what a couple of things I heard. First thing I heard you say was, he wasn't a bad person. It's just a bad leader.
See.
So you're able to segregate the two, what someone does personally and what they do professionally. A lot of times people get caught up from an emotional perspective and can't do that. But that gave you an opportunity. You saw an end, and you provided what we call that solution experience. You put something on the table for people to gravitate to and refocus that energy. That sounds like startup masterish to me. That's what Houdini-ish to me. The tricks. There it is. Those are those tricks.
Those are the tricks.
That's
those
right.
are the tricks, man.
And the trick of that also is that you were able to remap your brain and not realize that, hey, he still can be a great person, but he can be a poor leader.
Yeah.
We have a lot of people who are running our corporations, running our businesses,
Running
running the
their mouth.
drive-through.
So they're keeping a buck. They running their mouth.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they're great
That's
people,
right.
but they just haven't had someone to take the time to influence that leadership skill.
Agreed.
Right, exactly. And I'm a huge proponent of what you do is not who you are, and who you are is not necessarily what you do.
Come on.
Right? So that's where the whole concept of the Catapult Leadership Group and writing the book Lead Sell Care, as easy as 1, 2, 3 came in. It's a lot of the things that I talk about in my speeches and in my talks and in my book, I call it the common denominator of a successful business. But guess what? It's also the common denominator of a successful life as well. And the as easy as 1, 2, 3 is an oxymoron in every sense of the word, because it really isn't easy. Right? Because if it were easy, a lot of people would be doing it
True
and be
indeed.
Come
very
on.
successful, right?
True
So
indeed.
that's really the background and the basis.
Well, let's speak on that a little bit because it's not always easy. So let's talk a little bit about some of the challenges, the trials, the tribulations, the things that you encountered while trying to get Catapult Leadership Group off the ground. How you catapulted this business into the stratosphere. But let's talk about the things that stood in your way. Let's talk about some of those challenges. Let's share that part of the story.
Yeah, definitely. Gary, what I can tell you is a lot of the challenges were self-imposed.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is there's this little thing called fear. Okay. Fear of the unknown.
Yes,
right.
indeed.
Right.
Yes,
but
indeed.
but what I've learned is you got to focus on what can go right instead of focusing on what can go wrong.
I feel that.
Right. Another challenge is people actually from the outside imposing their fears on you as well. I'll give you a story that illustrates this quite clearly. So I had a mentor, very good guy, very good leader, but naturally I'm a big guy. I used to play football, and I did it the right way, so it kind of stuck with me. I'm just genetically blessed, right?
Yeah, it is.
And he told me that I would have to lose weight and lose some of my build because people wouldn't take me seriously.
That's crazy.
And
To write a book.
well,
I
to
didn't
be
take that
successful?
seriously. That's crazy.
if I was to be credible, if I were to be somebody that was looked at as somebody that knew what they were talking about, then I would have to get slender and I would have to be svelte.
Come on,
and check me out. Check me out. And I believed it for a little while. I believed it for a little while. I started to not eat my rice and beans that my mom always used to cook me, my platanos. Okay,
I feel that. Speak on
I used to not lift weights anymore. All I would do is run cardio.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I didn't want to be labeled as the dumb jock.
feel
Right.
that.
So not letting other people fears, other people impose their fears on you. So another thing I would say, as far as a challenge to get it up off the ground, is oftentimes we feel that we don't have the resources, but in this day and age, we do have the resources.
Plethora.
We live in a technologically advanced society nowadays, and there's nothing that we can't do, or
feel that.
information that we can't get.
Yeah, that's very true.
There's a lot of takeaways there,
Yeah.
right? And I hope you guys were listening. And we always started, maybe we missed it this time, but G always says have your digital way of capturing your notes. I'm always about that pen and pad. Like, did you hear what my boy said? Like, those outside factors of other people's fears imposed on you. Like, we got to make sure. Somebody was on the show. I can't remember who it was, but they said, be careful who you share your vision with because it wasn't their vision.
I remember that.
You remember
I
that?
remember that.
Oh,
It might have been Bobby Bryant.
It might have been.
Might have been Bobby B.
Bobby B.
It might have been Bobby
Might
B.
have been.
Yeah.
Bobby B.
So we got to make sure that we're protecting that creative space and not
Yeah.
sharing it with everybody. And that fear, turning that fear into your ally, fear really can be our friend. We could use it to leverage everything that we want in our life. That was so profound.
Yeah, sometimes we can. And I think a lot of times people, you talk about the challenges and some of the obstacles, some of the other fears. A lot of those fears come from the financial aspect of things, right? Which we want to definitely talk about. But as we move into that, let's talk about the Houston Housewives of Finance. So, did you know that only 4 states in the United States offer financial education? 33% or more than 77 millions of Americans don't pay their bills on time. 39% of Americans carry credit card debt from month to month. And 39% of adults say they don't have enough in savings. Don't become one of those statistics. Let Houston Housewives of Finance advise you on increasing your cash flow and becoming your own money manager by scheduling your complimentary personal financial strategy. Contact Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463 or email them at info@houstonhousewivesoffinance.com. Ask us how you can participate in a complimentary financial literacy workshop near you. Houston Housewives of Finances are the new faces of the new age of financial services. But you gotta have your money right.
You gotta have that money
You
right.
gotta have the capital built up.
You got
and,
to.
And let me ask you this: for those that are watching us right now, a lot of people may have the inspiration or the desire to put a book out. A lot of people may have the inspiration or desire to build a group that can influence the world. How do you feel about that from a financial perspective? How do you feel about the money aspect of things being a challenge or using that as leverage?
Mm-hmm. Well, I can tell you, Gary, that it all starts with a vision. And once you have the vision, if you want it really bad and you want to see your vision come to fruition, you'll make the necessary sacrifices to see that vision.
Come on.
One thing that I always talk about is this concept of delayed gratification. And you have to expect yourself to be here in 15 years. You have to expect yourself to be here in 20 years. A lot of people have this mindset that tomorrow's not promised. While this is true, okay, and we have no control over this, what I can tell you is that when you have a vision and you expect and you don't go to certain places that you used to go, and you don't spend your money in a certain way that you used to spend your money, if you do all the right things, that you'll probably be here in 15, 20 years, and you would thank your future self is gonna thank your past self for making the necessary decisions. So if you're not there financially right now, that's okay. Okay, there's still other things that you can do that cost nothing. Leverage social media. Okay, people are leveraging social media right now and having multi-million-dollar businesses via social media. And then also pay yourself first. Once you pay yourself first, you allocate that particular amount of money. Let's just say it's 10%. You allocate that 10%. You do not touch it. You forget about it. And then by the time you're leveraging and honing your skills and you're ready to take it to market, you'll have enough funds at that time to see your dream come to fruition.
Love it, man.
Pay
so many
yourself
gems.
first.
That's I remember that from David Bach back in the day, the Automatic Millionaire. You better learn to pay yourself first.
Okay.
For those that are listening right now,
Had
do
that thing
y'all
on auto.
understand that? Do you understand that you got to have your vision ready? You got to be inclined, and you got to learn to sacrifice for the delayed gratification. So many gems just dropped right there.
Double
so
drop.
much on the table's heavy right now. The table's just heavy, man. It's an expensive table right now. All the things on the table.
Right. Jay is in the house.
He's in the house, man.
It's really as easy as 1, 2, 3. Like we believe that thing.
Yeah.
And I know, and I'm a firm believer that everybody has a book in them, right? Some people just get stuck and they get in their own way, as you mentioned before. But like for those people who are watching, who are listening, who's like, man, I've been putting off writing this book. What were some of those first steps that you took to go ahead and start writing this book? And I'm guessing perhaps that maybe you got writer's block at one point. How did you overcome that? You know, like speak to us and tell us what's good.
Got you. KG, I can tell you that writing a book is probably one of the most laborious processes that I've ever had to undergo.
What? And it's coming from a college athlete. I'm
Right.
like, what? So this worse than gases?
It's mentally challenging. It's physically challenging. You do get writer's block, and the various iterations that you have to go through to make sure that everything's right. But my recommendation for anybody, and I do believe exactly what you said, everybody has a book in them. And one thing that I can tell you is green means go. And when you have an idea, just put it on paper and be disciplined with the time. You're going to have to shut things and people out. And say I allocated, it was, my day was on Friday. And I would allocate 3 hours of writing time on Friday. I would shut my phone off and I would just dive into what I was writing. And by the time 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, you just start amassing all this content. And don't worry about grammar right off the bat. That's very, very important. People stagnate themselves because they start worrying about periods and commas and does the period go in or out the quotation. Nah, I wasn't worried about that. Just put all your thoughts down, and by the time you know it, you'll have yourself a book.
That's what's up.
That is what's up. So let me ask you this. Today, what can we expect? Because that's where we're at right now in this journey. Let's talk about today. Let's give the people what they can expect when they go to your website. Break this down. What can someone, a novice in selling or leading or anything along those lines, what can they expect from the Catapult Leadership Group? What can they expect to get from you? What can they expect to get from your book that's going to take them, that's going to catapult them, pun intended, to that next level?
Right. Very good question. Here's the thing. When I started the Catapult Leadership Group, I wanted to launch the leader within everybody because I'm a firm believer that everybody possesses leadership qualities within them. I also believe that everybody is a leader because I equate leadership to influence. So one can influence someone the right way, and one can influence somebody in the wrong direction. Whether it's one person that you're influencing or millions of people that you're influencing, you are a leader. Okay. As far as sales is concerned, I also believe everybody's in sales as well, because you're either selling a product or service, you're selling an ideology, or most importantly, you're selling yourself.
There it is.
Right?
Yeah.
So if not, you're going to be single for a long time. So
that's another gem for y'all that's paying attention right now. I hope y'all got that.
So to answer your question, when you go to the Catapult Leadership website, what you're going to see is I focus on three things: leadership, sales, and customer service. I call it the common denominator of a successful business. I've seen a lot of companies invest millions of dollars in research and development, in marketing, in sales training, when the most important thing to invest in any organization, whether it's a startup or a multi-billion-dollar company, is the people and human capital. I'm a firm believer in people over profits, and that's my main message with the Catapult Leadership Group.
I like that.
We have another common denominator for the show
Here we go.
is that it never fails. The person who sits in between us talks about people.
Yep.
They keep people at the center of everything they do. No one has sat here and said, I do it for money.
Yeah, it's about the profit.
It's about the profit.
The bottom line.
It's the same
That's right.
thing. And it just shows that we got some quality in here in the studio. So I'm just saying, you might want to rock with us every Tuesday.
You might want to rock with
You
us.
might want to rock with us because we so dope up in here.
That's a new equation. I like it.
You like that?
Yep.
Yeah.
People over profit.
There it is. Boom. Right
There it
there.
is.
Oh, I already
Division
saw it.
all
I already
day. You saw that? Yes.
But one thing that I am present to, because I know how it is as you're a corpreneur and you doing and writing books on the side job, you balancing relationships, family, kids, like everything. How do you keep those batteries recharged, Jason? How are you? You know, my auntie O, you might know her as Oprah Winfrey. She calls it zone.
Auntie.
What up, auntie? Give me a
Auntie.
super song. She called it the zone. You know, Sandra Rhimes, if you watch Scandal, she refers to it as flow. I personally call it your juju. Like, how do you make sure you are running on all cylinders every single day? Like, what are you doing for self-care?
Well, it's very important to stay prayed up. I'll take it there for a little bit. I think a lot of what doesn't get brought to the light a lot is you have to have a spiritual foundation to be successful and to really enjoy what you're doing. Secondly, I have a great refuge in my wife and my children.
Come on.
And I can tell you that they keep me balanced, they keep me focused, and they serve as a great inspiration to me in what I do on a daily basis. And then lastly, we like to travel. So we will definitely hit the reset button to keep charged up, where we will remove ourselves from any social media and telephone calls, we just sit back, reflect, recharge, and then come back even better than we were before. So I think that's very important to stay recharged.
Yeah, it is.
We talk about that quite often.
All the time.
Recharging your batteries,
Definitely.
protecting that creative space. It's so vital, man. I don't know how some of you all do that, where you go in and out, day in, day out, and you don't sow back into self. How can you expect to give someone your best when you're not at your best? It just don't. I'll just drop one. It just don't happen. It just doesn't happen. Boom. So let me piggyback off that, right? Because I understand that what I hear is Jason always is aware to stay at his best, right? Always is aware that, I'm getting toward that 50-40%. Let me recharge. Let me get back, right? You make it as easy as 1, 2, 3.
That's right.
But what's that X factor? What's that thing about you, good sir? What's that thing about your business? What's that thing about your book? Making it as easy as 1, 2, 3 that makes it stand out amongst the rest.
Very good question. Very good question. On my book, I have some simple arithmetic. 1 + 1 = 2. 0 + 1 = 1. And I can tell you that no matter what you look like, where you're from, what language you speak, 2 + 2 = 4 universally. And these are truths that are undisputable. Okay? And with that being said, there are things that I've experienced in my corporate life working for 2 Fortune 100 companies, holding positions from the front line to executive level leadership that are common, that are undisputable, and the main factor is me. And the main factor should be you in your business. You should be able to sell yourself better than anybody else can sell you a product, a service, an ideology. I think oftentimes we say, you know what? We don't pay enough enough attention to us and the value that we bring. So to answer your question, it's me. If you go to the Catapult Leadership website, Lead Cell Care, you'll see that I invest in me. I invest in my knowledge. I invest in people. And at the end of the day, I want to see the very best in everybody.
You want
That's
people
dope.
to win.
I want people to win. I want people to win.
And you know what helps people win? You said it, so, and I won't attempt to rephrase it, but what I got from that is that when you're investing in yourself, you're literally not just working in your business, but you're working on your business. And if you're spending time, social media is one thing, but if you are also having an array of ways that you can promote your business and advertise your business, then you're winning, because you're not spending all your time on social media. You're diversifying that thing.
That's right.
So speaking of diversifying that thing, this portion of the show is sponsored by The Sphere. Are you starting your business and looking for a place to advertise? Do you have a need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product? If so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at The Sphere. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue, coupled with your strategic ad, is surely to hit the mark every time. Call us today at area code 832-772-7789 or send an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv. Boom.
Boom.
That's the niche. Jason is the niche. I love it, man.
Yeah.
People are the competitive advantage.
That's right.
And we should all be a niche. I think that's so profound in the way it's said.
And if you don't mind,
Yeah.
I like to add something to that, KG.
Do it.
Not only when I say you leverage your background, where you came from, what makes you, right? Your DNA, okay? Because there's not going to be another Jason Montanez. There's not going to be another KG.
Nope.
Right?
PA, baby.
That's it. That's it. What really differentiates one's business as well is the care factor. Now, in order to really care about the people that you're servicing, you're going to have to first care about yourself. And you're going to have to do the things that perhaps other people won't do to be successful.
Speak on it.
What's the saying? It says you got to be willing to do things that others
the next person won't
don't do to get
Places others can't be.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Right? Something like that.
Look at that.
Right?
Look at that collaboration. You got it.
You've heard it before.
Oh,
You've
yeah.
heard it before, right?
Yeah.
So you have to care, and so much of that is missing today in business, and just an overall empathy is missing in business today.
That's true.
And really, I'm not talking about sympathy. I'm talking about empathy, truly, really feeling what other people feel.
Totally.
So that, I think those are the things that really differentiate.
Yeah, that
love
relationship
that.
currency.
There
That's what
was-
this man is building over here
That
That's
hashtag relationship currency.
every time.
And you hitting on so many different levels with it. Because
Cylinders of fire.
Yeah, it is, because it's not just about business. Because my motto is something that I can do that can impact the business and my personal life. Like,
Yeah.
I want a holistic approach. I'm done with developing this piece, this bucket, and then having to work on a different set of skill sets or competencies to develop this bucket. No, heck, all of them should be able to coexist together.
That's right.
Totally.
Yeah.
Now, what's inspiring you? Like, you got a lot going on. What keeps you going? I know we talked about recharging those batteries, but what keeps you going every morning to get up with a smile on your face and say, I'm going out there, I'm going to lead cell care everywhere.
KG, I could tell you, I find my inspiration from my children, from my family. I find my inspiration from those that are underprivileged. I find my inspiration from those that are working very hard, that are giving everything that they have, and they don't have the leadership that can really pull out the best in them, that really truly cares about them, and can articulate that they care, and as well as why they care about particular individuals. I can tell you a quick story. When I was 15 years old, when I was growing up, my parents used to take us on some vacations, and the vacation that really changed my life was when I went to the Dominican Republic, which happens to be a third world country. Where we were where we were vacationing was a nice resort in Puerto Plata. But our excursion one day, we had to go through the village. And in order to get to our next destination, what I saw was life-changing. And what I do remember is that they had a smile on their face. So ever since then, I learned not to complain, to be grateful, to put things in perspective, to have patience. Hold on, here goes another gem. Don't be complacent, but be patient. And So why do I do it? I do it for my children, for anybody else out there that is searching to be a leader, that wants to bring the best out in them, and perhaps they don't have somebody that can bring it out in them.
Boom. Don't be complacent.
Okay, you
Become
heard it.
patient.
You heard it.
So important, man. Pull the leader out of you.
Come on.
Brought a tear to my eye.
I know, right?
man.
I'm over here like, oh,
Hold on, man.
I need to carry
So-
Jay in my pocket.
Exactly.
I don't know how he
share
gonna
your
fit
inspiration.
now,
put the book in your
tell
back
you what I
pocket.
do. Right.
Keep it with you,
Right.
like a Bible almost.
I tell you why I do it.
So let me ask you this, man. Let's change our focus. Let's control that narrative, and let's look toward the future. For those that are riding with us right now, if you're sitting on your couch watching us on Apple TV, come along with us. In your car right now, listening to SoundCloud, come along with us on this journey. Let's go to the future, Jay. We're talking 2030. We're talking 2025. We're talking 2050. Where do you see the Catapult Leadership Group? Where do you see Lead Cell Care as easy as 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 20 years from now?
Where I see Lead Cell Care as well as the Catapult Leadership Group as transforming and transcending the way we do business today. And what I mean by that is that we won't think as good customer service or good customer care as an anomaly. I think we're in a place in society where we are surprised when we get great customer care.
You're right.
Right?
We're at a place in society where we're surprised when we get human customer care.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Exactly.
yeah.
So I wanted in 20 to 30 years, I envision a place as a result of the Catapult Leadership Group and the leaders that I collaborate with, because I'm all about collaboration. And in speaking with KG, I talked to her about, just building an environment, an ecosystem of just great thought leaders where we can holistically impact society. So good leadership is right there. Where good salesmanship is right there, and great care professionals, we'll have an abundance of great care professionals where when we get great customer care, we won't think, oh my God, I just got great customer care. And it's something out of the norm. So that's where I see us taking this in the next 30 years.
I feel that. So let me ask this, right? Along that journey, with all the things that you've learned, all the things that you've been through, what would you say are some of those give backs that you foresee in making sure that as you work on the people, as you talk about the people, what does that strategic give back plan look like for you to make sure that rising tide does lift all boats?
I think you have to be specific in who you help out. I do believe, I'm a firm believer that, as you go up, on the elevator, you got to send it back down and bring somebody else.
Yes, indeed.
But, however, you have to be very strategic with who you're sending that elevator back down to. Because in my book, I talk about delegation and empowerment.
Sure.
And these are qualities of great leaders. However, it takes a lot of energy to empower and delegate correctly. Delegation is not just saying, I can't do this right now, will you get this done for me? Okay? Empowerment is not only, go ahead and make the decision. Okay? You have to spend time with this individual, coaching them on the why behind certain decisions, and really holding them accountable from a delegation perspective, because there's a level of accountability that comes into play as well when you give somebody a responsibility to do.
Very true.
So what we have to do is we have to identify who we're going to bring for the ride, properly identify who we're going to bring for the ride, and then when we give back, we teach whoever we're bringing back that it is a duty and a responsibility to keep that tide going.
I love that, man. Properly identify. That strategic give back. Properly identify who's going to delegate.
Yep.
And you know what else you need to properly identify? Who's going to be your dentist. Because this portion of the show is sponsored by
Get that smile right.
Elite Dental Wellness. At Elite Dental Wellness, our vision is to create a welcoming practice that will offer exceptional dental care and a lifetime of dental wellness. We're committed to the finest possible oral care and the overall health and well-being of our patients. Elite Dental Wellness is built upon a foundation of integrity, expertise, and service. Through our commitment to modern dentistry, continuing education, and friendly atmosphere, we strive to make our patients feel as though they are a part of our family. Dentistry can be scary, daunting, and uncomfortable. Dr. Batiste and her team work tirelessly to ensure your comfort. Make your appointment today with Dr. Ashandra Batiste at Elite Dental Wellness at area code 713-789-8680. And if you mention the Sphere, you'll get 10% off your visit.
Come on. Everybody need a little 10% off.
Why not? Why not? Give a little bit back.
Just a little bit.
Just a little back.
That 10% will help you save your 10%.
There it is. There it is. There it is. I like that.
Man,
I like that. That's spot on right there.
See, that he already gave y'all some more insight.
He did.
And you know what else? I was just flipping through the book, and this was like, people say this all the time, but it doesn't really stick all the time. But you have here a quote where a manager was having a conversation, and you replied, you stated he told you either you do or you don't, Jason. And at that point, it looks like something shift. There was a paradigm shift where you're like, right, there's no such a thing as try. Either you're going to do it or you're not, right? So share with us some insights, some nuggets that our folks can get from Lead Cell Care. You see the book. Go out there and get it. We're going to show you how, but we're going to give you some more nuggets from it right now.
Yeah, definitely. So, KG, what you're referring to is I was in my first leadership role in a call center environment. I had a team of 20 employees, and we just had been named the most productive team in the call center.
Come on.
And the director came by, and he's one of my best mentors and leaders that I know to this day. And he said, "Jason, you gonna do it again?" I said, "I sure am gonna try." He said, "Jason, you know Yoda?" I said, "Yeah, like Star Wars."
Yeah. Little short.
Yeah, little short dude. He said, "Jason, you either do or you don't. There is no try." And that, I talk about those points, right? That was a point that totally shifted my way of thinking. And because I'm sure if I tell my wife I try to love you, baby, I don't think she's gonna really go for that.
Or her crew. Or her crew.
Keep it 100.
So we do go in all black.
So yeah, a lot of what I talk about also is let's stay on the leadership perspective. I call it the three-legged stool of leadership. And if you can just illustrate in your mind a three-legged stool, that's a stool with three legs, and you have to have strong legs to sit firmly upon this stool. And those three legs are, you have to have the ability, the awareness, and the skill. Okay? So if a leader knows how to do it, wants to do it, but they have no self-awareness or awareness of the decision-making and the way it impacts themselves and others, you're going to fall flat on your face. Okay? Now, conversely, if they have good self-awareness, they have the skill to be a leader, but they just don't want to be a leader. Have you ever run across somebody they would be a good leader?
They just don't want to lead.
They just don't want to lead.
Yep.
I've seen it happen so many times in corporate America that the person with the great sales,
The rock star.
the individual contributor, gets promoted into a leadership role and falls flat on their face because they don't have that will.
Yep.
They don't have that will to
Either
lead.
skill or will.
So, and then from a care perspective, I'll drop a nugget in the book. I developed an acronym for care, and it's be consistent, acknowledge, resolve, in an efficient manner. Okay? By the book, you'll learn more about the care.
He ain't gonna give it all to
That was a
you
nice
people.
plug.
Okay.
There it is. Got it. Got it. I love that, man. I love that. But I wonder.
Hit it with it, G.
I wonder what happens when the consistency is gone? What happens when the acknowledgement is gone? What happens when that person fails to resolve? When that person is so inefficient in life? When that stool disappears? What happens when Amazon pulls the book away or never sees the book? What happened when that catapult doesn't fire? What happened when the slate is simply wiped clean? Everything you've built, everything you've created is gone. But what's left is the knowledge you've gained from it. And we happen to slide you $1,000 of seed money. What does Jason Montanez do to rebuild his empire? Yeah, you can smile on that. Yeah, it's real. It's real.
That's a very, very good question. And what I would do if I had seed money and I lost it all, what I would do is I would go back to the drawing board. I would with all the information out there for us, I would research. And $1,000 is not a lot of money.
It's not.
So I would research to see what calculated risks I'm gonna take. I would create my vision all over again. I would create a plan, and then I would also leverage my contacts, leverage people.
Now you're speaking.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Leverage people that I've had the pleasure of knowing along the way. And that brings to another point, that there's so much power in keeping healthy relationships and not burning any bridges and treating people not only the way that they want to be treated, the way that you want to be treated, but the way that they want to be treated. And I wish this was the case more, but I'm gonna drop 2 gems on y'all right now.
Count them.
I'm ready. Get my notes.
The first gem
Yeah.
that I'm gonna drop on you is that adversity doesn't build character, it reveals it. Okay?
Ooh.
So if you want to see who somebody really is, watch what they do in an adverse situation.
Love that. I love that.
I am getting that
Yes.
right.
You panicking? What you
now.
doing when adversity hits? How you handling it? How are you managing that stress? Let's talk about it, Jay.
Yeah. And then the other one is, if you really want to see somebody's true character, watch how they care for somebody that can't do nothing for them. That they can't do anything for this person. Watch how they treat them. and you'll see somebody's true character.
Man, oh man. Yes.
So I would say the common denominator to stay consistent with the book is I would leverage people. I would go to my network. I would see who can help me, and really stretch that $1,000.
Got to
Multiply that bad boy.
Got to
Times 10,
OPM.
30,
I mean,
50,
yeah, gotta do what you gotta do. Leverage.
Okay.
Because it can be done.
It can
It
be,
can be done.
especially with the power of people.
Yeah,
That's
it
right.
is.
The relationship currency.
That's
And
right.
Equity is always something people are interested in.
Man, man, oh man.
That's right.
Man, oh man. Jason, my brother, it has been a pleasure and an honor to have you at this table, my G.
Thank
Such
you.
a pleasure and an honor. What we'd like to say, what we'd like to do right now is officially coin you, good sir.
All right.
What we like to say is a startup master. Thank you so much, my G. Appreciate that. Thank you, brother. No, thank you, man.
Thank you.
That's somebody.
Woo!
Okay.
Got him. Got him.
You could do it.
That's what's up. Please tell the people where they can reach you at. All of our people that are watching us right now, for the people that are just listening, let them know where they can reach you, where they can reach Catapult, and where they can get that beautiful book, man.
Yes, sir. So, everybody, you can reach me at catapultleadership.com. My email is jason@catapultleadership.com. On LinkedIn, Jason B, as in boy, Montanez. And you can go to get the book on Amazon.com, as well as leadsellcare.com. That's LeadSellCare.com.
Love it, man. Love it. Love it. Gems and more
After
gems.
gym, after gym.
That's what it's about. That's what we do here at this table.
Adversity doesn't build character.
Huh.
It reveals character.
Ooh, man, oh man. I'm going to have to quote this man somewhere. I'm going
Oh, you already know.
to have to quote him.
I didn't, it's done. I'm going to give
Quotable.
you credit for it, but
It's
I'm putting that
quotable
thing
right
out
there.
Okay?
Yes,
KG, where can they reach you at on this good day?
Good peeps, y'all can catch me at KOG Speaks. I'm on LinkedIn, Instagram, as well as Facebook. And check me out because I also do on YouTube a recap for all of our episodes. So if you're in a rush, check out the recap, and I'm sure you're going to want to watch the full episode.
Good deal.
What
Good
about you,
deal.
G?
And of course, you can reach me anywhere online: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Kick.
You better not. You better not. You better not.
And a few other places at G Hawkins. That's G Hawkins with the Z. This has been another great episode of Startup Masters, and we will see you all next time. Take care.